Hello everyone, this is Malekpur talking from MIA Consulting, Vienna, Austria, with a new video regarding the Portuguese resident permit, which is called D7, a very interesting pathway for your resident permit in Portugal. In this system, the ones who can show they have enough funds to stay in Portugal, they don't lean on governmental help or aids. They can gain a resident permit, which gives you the right to live, study for free for your children. In some cases, you can kind of work, you have the right to work, to do the investment, or somehow, some cases you can open companies also. And the only thing they ask you to show, to present, is they want you to prove you have enough funds. For example, in some cases you have one or two properties, two apartments, you have some regular incomes. For each member of your family, you need to show something between 7,000 to 12,000 euros in your bank account. Then it's enough. You'll be granted this resident permit. There are some points about that you have to notice before you apply for it. If you get this resident permit, be careful. You must stay 6 months of the year in Portugal. It means, for example, let's check it. I and my family, we gain this resident permit and we come here. We are supposed to stay 4 months, consecutive 120 days in Portugal, and 2 months, it's not important, you can stay, you can come out. In total, 6 months in a year, you have the right to go to fly or go out of the Europe or Portugal for 6 months of the year. But especially in the time during your children are in school and study, you should stay in Portugal. Otherwise, you may lose. And this is not good. This is not what you want. And the very good point about that, if you want to compare its program with some countries like Austria, in Austrian resident permit, which is called resident permit without work permission, you must notice you have only around 500 quotas in country. It means from all around the world. Only 400 to 500 people are allowed to come to Austria per year. But in Portuguese system, there's no limit, there's no restrictions, there's no quota. So anyone can apply for it. And the point is, in some other countries also, they apply for it. Of course, for example, in Austrian system and modernity and the situation in the country, I can say that my experience is that maybe Vienna is more modern than Lisbon in Portugal. But still, Portuguese system is very safe. People are very nice and kind, very friendly. My experience is they are one of the best people in the world. Very nice, honestly. Maybe I met good guys, but they were very nice to me. And in some other countries, like in Austria and in France, you have to put, for each person, it's around 20,000 euros, or in French system, for the main applicant, 40,000 euros in your bank account. And for your spouse, it's like 20,000 euros. And for the kids, each one 10,000. So Portuguese system is by far much easier. My findings says because in Austria and in France, you don't have the right to work. But in this system, in D7 system, you're allowed to work, you're allowed to live, and it's much cheaper and easier. Maybe it's one of the very good one. I know that different people have different tastes. We never can prove it that this one is better or that one is better. Of course, they're different, better or bad. I would never claim that this one is much better than the others, but I can say the system is more lenient. The pathway is such easier pathway for you. And lots of people ask me, how do you think about Portuguese people? You know, I was an immigrant. Lots of people ask me, honestly, asked me about that. I have experienced a lot of different treatments, how they've treated me, how they have given me the permission to work, how they've been to us, lots of things. When people are immigrants, they know what I'm talking about. Of course, here is much better than our own country. I was Iranian originally, and when I came here, you know, the system was much better. I have met a lot of good people also in my life. But somehow, in some experiences, like the first days I came to Austria, I never forget, I was talking on my phone on the street. I was just passing and just talking, and I don't remember who it was on the phone, just some friends. And there was an old guy with his, I totally remember that this guy had a white dog with him, and suddenly he started to tell something. I knew that it's kind of insulting. It was something negative. You can feel it when some people are talking to you, if it is positive or negative, even though you don't know the language. I didn't know a word of German, but I could see that he was shouting on me. And I started to speak in English and said, what was your problem? And he answered that, you know, you foreigners, you ruined our country. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you Arab people. I said, I'm not Arab. And he said, okay, you Turkish people. I said, look, I'm not Turk. And then he said, where are you from? I said, what is your problem? I'm Iranian. He said, where is Iran? And then he said something and he just passed away. I mean, he just faded away. I wanted to tell you that, you know, I have very, very nice friends in Austria. Now this is my country. I love it. If somehow, someday, they need my life to survive people, I mean, to help people here, and the country needs for survival my life, I may give it. I love it so much. But, you know, sometimes it's difficult with some people. Of course, there are good and bad people all around the world. You cannot say these people here are better than the others. Everywhere. I've been to many countries. But, you know, everywhere there are good and bad people. But some countries, I can say that generally people are more friendly. And Portuguese people, my experience, they were very, very, very friendly. So I would say this is a good plan for lots of people who look for some pathway to gain resident permit and to live in Europe. I'm not sure if it was useful, this information, or not, but I hope you enjoyed it. And please subscribe on our channel and leave your question as comments. I would be glad to answer your questions. Thank you for watching us. See you in next video. Goodbye.